Yesterday I came across a screen cap of a Fox Business story claiming that Senator Elizabeth Warren was a hypocrite for her past criticisms of the national gender wage gap, because apparently her own staff had a wage gap that was far greater than the national wage gap she was criticizing. Supporting this claim was this graphic showing that her median male staffer's income was almost 40% more than her median female staffer's income. Pretty solid case, right? After Googling the story, I found another article from the Huffington Post that completely contradicted Fox Business's claim. Alright, so let's take a pause here for 1 second. This is actually ridiculous. This is actually absurd. I think in a more rational world, this would have been a scandal for at least one of these two media companies. We've been bombarded by untruthful and biased journalism for so long that when we come across something like this, it hardly even registers that something is really, really not right. So, what do I mean by this? Both of these news sources made completely contradictory, quantifiable claims based on the same objective and publicly available data. How the is that even possible? They are not making subjective judgments that could be both different and valid. They are making mathematical assertions about the median male and female salaries of Elizabeth Warren's staff. This is what news has devolved into. Arguments about mathematical facts? Is there even room for disagreement here? Because can't you just find the median of the male staffers and the median for the female staffers and compare the two? How is this even possible? So who is wrong here? Well, after reading the Huffington Post article, I found that the Fox Business story is wrong because it failed to disclose to its audience that the median income in its graphics only included the salaries of those who worked for the entire year of 2016 and only 2016. What is wrong and misleading about this? Well, by using these parameters to cherry pick the data, three of the highest paying female staffers were left out of the analysis because they didn't work the full year. And Fox Business failed to disclose how it cherry picked this data. This is akin to Fox Business publishing a story about how Chicago is the most populous city in America, without disclosing the fact that it left out any cities on the coast of America. This is flat out lying to its audience. This is not true. Another problem was that Fox Business only included staffer's salary from 2016, and it did this without telling its readers. What is wrong and misleading about this? Well, the staff is not static. Employees join the staff, leave the staff, or even get fired. And when you're talking about a small Senate staff, a single employee leaving can have a big impact on any sort of median measurement. Taking a snapshot tells you very little when you're trying to make the case that there is a persistent wage gap, because the wage gap could immediately reverse with just a few changes to the staff. It could change next week by having a few members join the staff or having a few of the higher paying male members leave the staff. Elizabeth Warren has only been in the Senate for a few years and has only had fewer than 100 employees over this period. Taking a snapshot of this already tiny sample of employees is downright misleading. And not disclosing that this was even a snapshot is lying. It just completely destroys your argument. Imagine someone calling New York City the most dangerous city in the country by taking a snapshot of the crime statistic in the month of 9/11. Imagine Fox Business using the sudden spike in deaths during the terrorist attack of that month to paint New York City as a violence-ridden disaster. Not only this, but imagine Fox Business not even telling readers and viewers that it only used data from September. That is a disgusting form of propaganda. This is a slap in the face to anyone who consumes Fox Business in order to get objective news and information. The reason I made this follow-up video is because I was so concerned about the blatant deception and lying that I actually went to Elizabeth Warren's staff payroll page to find out precisely how badly Fox Business lied to us. I sorted staffers by their pay and attempted to separate them based on their gender. And then I identified the median salaries of the two genders. There's two notes about what I found. First, it is possible I misgrouped a staffer under the wrong gender because a few of the names were gender neutral. I tried verifying the gender by looking up the staffers and looking up their social media pages, but it's possible I made mistakes, and if you identify any mistakes, please let me know and I will make an update video with the proper correction. Second note, I highlighted two median salaries for both genders because there were some staffers who only worked or interned for a few months. The median salaries highlighted in green are the median salaries that include all salaries, including the short-term staffers' salaries. So these are all of the people who worked for Elizabeth Warren's staff. The median salaries highlighted in blue exclude these short-term staffers. As you can see, when you don't cherry-pick data to intentionally paint a distorted picture, Elizabeth Warren's staff's median female salary is actually slightly higher than the median male salary, directly contradicting Fox Business's story. Even when you leave out short-term interns and staff, the median male salary is only slightly higher than the median female salary. And this gap is certainly less than the national wage gap. So where is the hypocrisy, Fox Business? Where is the hypocrisy from Elizabeth Warren on the wage gap? Why does this all matter? As a democratic society, we depend on well-informed citizens to decide which policies best represent our interests and which leaders can best lead us. In order to be informed, we consume information from various sources. When these sources of information we consume are corrupted by lies, distortions, and distractions, we are helpless to their manipulations. Imagine if we were told that there is a genocide happening half a world away and that we have to intervene. How can we even know that is happening? It could be a complete lie. How can we even know? We can't physically go there ourselves to verify this information. We are completely helpless and depend on our news to tell us the truth. But if we consume news sources that habitually and consistently lie to us in the way that Fox Business did, we are completely screwed. We can't know. We can't even know facts. What Fox Business did is corrosive to our democracy. It is anti-American because it went out of its way to tell lies that mislead us. If you wonder why we are so divided as a country, if you're looking for the mechanics of how to divide our country, this is an example. This is how it's done. Disseminate lies, get one group to hate another group based on lies, create an irrational us versus them mentality, demonize and dehumanize the other side, and then you will have a divided people. This is disgusting. It is sick.